so long since I whipped out this mug and I'm so excited that it's back. I told myself that I would reread it this Christmas. Maybe we start it in December. Maybe, just maybe. Like Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner. Love those. For starters, I look kind of bald in today's video, but nobody comment on that. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another TBR video. I love filming these TBR videos. I feel like for a while there, I took a break from doing the TBR videos. They're coming back and they're coming back in full swing, okay? So today we're picking our December TBR together. I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different this time, so we're gonna let TBR prompts choose my December TBR. Hopefully I get at least a few books that I want, but I made the prompts yesterday and they're all in here. I have 10 of them, but I think I'm gonna pick only like 5 because I just don't think, like with vlogmas and everything else going on this month, I don't think that like I have a lot of time to be reading, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Guys, it's been so long since I've whipped out this mug and I'm so excited that it's back. So anyways, without further ado, let's get right on into today's video. Okay guys, no more lollygagging around, okay? We need to get serious. Basically, these TBR prompts are gonna be something where I have to end up picking the book, but it kind of gives me guidelines as to like what type of book that I need to pick or things like that. So let's just pick our first one. I feel like it's hard for me to explain it, but like as we're doing it, it'll make more sense. Let's pick our first prompt. Okay, let's see what this one is. We gotta unwrap it together. Okay, this one is a book that's been on the TBR for over a year. Guys, I'm so horrible at picking my TBR. I had to put this one in the list because I'm just like, I have so many books that I've been like, oh, I'm gonna read this next month, I'm gonna read, you know what I mean? Like, I have so many of those and so many that aren't read. Like, what has been on the TBR for over a year, but one that I actually want to read? Maybe we pick one from over there on my desk. No, none of those look fun for me. I think I know which one I have to pick. I feel like I had to pick Apples Never Fall by Lan Moriarty. This has been on my TBR for far too long. Every single time I look at it, I'm like, yes, I need to read this book. But for some reason, because it's so like low down and hidden on my bookshelf, I never think to pick this one out. Truly been on my TBR for the longest time. I think at some point I read a little bit into this book, but I definitely did not finish this book. Apples Never Fall by Lan Moriarty. This is the first one that is going on my December TBR. It's not the most December-esque book. For this first one, we're gonna go with a wild card and we're gonna pick Apples Never Fall. Let's go ahead and let's pick our second TBR prompt. I feel like this is like the moment of truth. I'm really hoping this is good. It is a book with snow on the cover. Guys, I already know what I'm gonna pick. Let me go grab it real quick. I'm sorry. I have to do it. Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. I have to do it. I just recently got this book. I have been wanting to read it ever since. It's the second in the Beartown series. I love Frederick Bachman's writing literally so much. I feel like his books talk about these like deeper topics, but he kind of brings a little bit of humor into it a little bit. He knows when to pull back. He knows when it's getting a little bit too dark and too like hurtful and painful. He'll like kind of pull it back a little bit. I just love his writing. And guys, it has snow on the cover, so I had to do it. You guys don't really know what this book is about. Basically, like I said, it's the second in the Beartown series, so I'll kind of explain what Beartown was because I don't want to like spoil anything, obviously. The whole series takes place in this like hockey town, like this small hockey town, following a lot of the characters from the town. The first book, Beartown, deals with a main character named Maya. She is a teenage girl and she goes through a very traumatic life event, exploring not only how that shapes her life and kind of changes her life, also exploring all the effects it has on the town and how it changes the whole town's like legacy. Frederick Bachman, Us Against You. This is the second one on our TBR for December. Let's go ahead and pick our third prompt. Let's see what it is. A book set in the winter. I feel like at some point I have to pick a Christmas book, so I guess that time is now. I could go with Love Light Farms or The Christmas Fix. Love Light Farms, I think, is her family's like Christmas tree farm, which is really fun. Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift. Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I read this last Christmas and I told myself that I would reread it this Christmas because I didn't really like it that much last Christmas, but I kind of was just in a state of hating everything. So I'm like, maybe this does deserve another try. But honestly, I think I gotta go with Love Light Farms. Did I read this last Christmas? I don't remember. I don't know if I read this book or not yet. That is scary that I can't remember that, but Love Light Farms, I guess this is the next one that's gonna go on our TBR. We're just gonna pretend like I never read this if I haven't. I don't know. Can I like fact check that too, honestly? Guys, I'm literally watching my old YouTube video to see. I'm not losing my mind. I haven't read Love Light Farms, so this is going on our TBR for the next one. The issue with me is I'm one of those girls where all throughout December, I am watching a Hallmark movie every single night. In the comfort of my own home by myself, lonely and sad, I will watch I will watch Hallmark movies and they will make me feel better. I honestly have to be honest here, it's always gonna do it for me. So this kind of like feels exactly like a Hallmark movie. So I'm so excited for this. I feel like I had to pick a Christmas book also for the next one. Okay, our second to last TBR prompt. Let's see what it is. The start of a series. I'll be honest, guys, I did not want this one. I have so many series that are already started and not finished, and I feel like, especially with it being December, I wish I could start the new year off on a clean slate, clean palette without being in the middle of a series, but that's not in my cards anymore. I have like a specific one in mind. Everyone and their mother is like obsessed with this series, and I don't know the first thing about it. I literally don't know the first thing about it, but I have the first 3 books on my shelves. No one knows what Juliet's touch is fatal, but the reestablishment has plans for her, plans to use her as a weapon. Okay, so is it like no one can touch Juliet? It's obviously a dystopian book, but I'm actually really excited. I feel like at some point I had to start this series. I've had like 2 of my friends yell at me this entire year to read this book. 2025 has been the year where I've gotten into like dystopian sort of books. I've always loved dystopian movies, like Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner. Love those. I've always loved dystopian movies, but I've never really been a dystopian book reader. This is the 4th book on our December TBR. Let's pick our last and final book. I'm nervous. Boyfriend, I'm nervous. I need to stop. Let's see what our last one is. Oh gosh. Okay, green on the book cover. I think I'm gonna pick this one. This is such a wild card, but it does have green on the cover. It's called The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. I got this from my library's book sale. I have not heard a singular soul talk about this book. All that I know about this book is that it follows these writers who get stuck in this like writing retreat at this, I think it's like a mansion in the woods, and basically whoever writes the best novel wins. That is pretty much the whole premise. That's pretty much all I know. I think it's also going to be a thriller though. Yeah, it says they must write an entire novel from scratch by the month's end. The author of the best one will receive a life-changing publishing deal. It says when one of the writers vanishes during a snowstorm, Alex realizes that something very sinister is afoot. It's actually such a wild card for me. You guys know I'm not normally a thriller / mystery girly, but I'm actually really excited for this. With all that being said, these are all of the books that I picked for my December TBR. I'm actually not mad about this at all. I feel like all of these books are very wintry, festive, holiday, Christmas vibes. I'm actually really excited for this month of reading. Here is the overview. And if you guys want to watch me read any of these books, make sure you stick around for the rest of the month and hopefully forever. You're stuck here now. Thank you guys for watching this video. I love you so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my socials links in the description box down below, and I'll see you guys super soon with a new video. Obviously, it's a vlogmas. I will see you guys literally tomorrow. Anyways, love you guys and goodbye.